I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. We have approval of the minutes from the April 6th, 2026 regular meeting.
Make a motion to approve those minutes. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're gonna move on to town park improvements. We have anything on that?
Now, I didn't print Joe's report. It's all in your email. I could do that for the main meeting. So we've got nothing new from the ITP as far as the trail project, beyond the approval. And I've got somewhere a copy of it, but need to get because it was the trail application from our LWCF application. So like to break out what the trail is, they submitted it, Prayer Group submitted it all on our behalf. So it's like, I need to find I wanted to give you guys an overhead visual of what exactly we'll be doing. So I was looking through my old email and all that, and I know it's in there somewhere. But I want to get that out just so everybody knows what we're talking about. South side of Winninger's through the what goes into the woods now, and it's expanding upon that and doing areas that used to be cross country, still are, I believe. So the cross country route, and then there is talk about some parking as well, that we may be able to use some of the material from that or create some areas where for future development there may be a desire to park some of these places. So that'll something I'll leave in Joe's hands as far as communication and strategizing around that. We have plans for wanting to put improvements back there, whether it's 1 field, 2 field, softball, little league, little t-ball, softball, whatever. There's future discussions, because I know the LWCF came back and there's funding there. I think it went up actually. So we can talk about that more, but nothing on that grant as far as what's going on now.
Very good. 2026 fiscal sustainability planning, capital asset budget update.
Yeah, so I don't really have anything beyond the projects. I know the park board is meeting later this month, and I'm going to be there to discuss how the finances work. We've got new members there. So Andrew came in and he was worried about thinking we just had one fund, and I broke it down to him about our property taxes and how we're divvied up between park, MBH, general, and CCI, CCD, those dynamics. And that there's a whole other fund that we're looking on, leaning on the beautification fund for improvement on the park. So I know Joe had reached out to a couple of builders about the project, but really, given that there's a certain amount that they'd like to fundraise this year and put into that beautification fund to fund some things they want to do. Well, these are dollars we've been looking to, they've been looking to spend. They've been sitting there for 5 years, 6 years, and they haven't spent anything. So part of the upgrades to the shelters and that area is part of the fiscal sustainability planning that Joe's got a quote from, and at the next meeting we're going to discuss that with them and get that wrapped up, because it's basically we're looking at about 5,000 out of our, which we have a building improvement line for that exact work, and there's 6,000 in there. So the thought was 4,500 to $5,000 out of there leaves us $1,000 in case we need to fix something throughout the rest of the year, and then the remaining, I think it was 7,000 or 8,000, whatever it ended up being, the exact amount would come from the beautification side. So it's not a huge amount or anything like that compared to what we've spent over the last 4 or 5 years in the parks. It's not even close to a substantial sum, but it's enough. So we're going to break it all down to them, just the way the dynamics of the way our beautification funds run parallel and separate from our town park funds that we pay salaries out of, all that kind of stuff.
When that park board meeting is?
I want to say they moved the date around. It was a Thursday, and I want to say it's like it's the 27th, maybe the 27th, 28th. We'll let you know, because I'm gonna get, like I said, all the reports printed, and they can see it visually. Okay, there's 2 separate funds. Here's the amount that we use, and then they'll be able to see it's basically on the beautification fund. There's capital outlay. That's about the only appropriation they have, which is for improvements, capital improvements to the park. And then on our regular town park funds within our general fund, we have wages, retirement, social security, Medicare, all those things come out of that side. So they'll be able to visually see, okay, here's what we have to work with. Here's what we need to fundraise if we want to spend X on swings or whatever else. Then we can address that and get clarification to those new members.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the SCCF Verhagen Norway Field Sculpture
Yeah.
Project.
So that's Stark County Community Foundation, through a fund with, in conjunction with Verhagen. We've got the Norman Field Sculpture Project, which we deposited 5,000, acting as the go-between between the community, between Kurt and Angelique Milo, who's doing the sculpture. We got some information, and I spoke with Nick a while back, and then I spoke with him again recently about the location of it. So we talked about the location. So here's the map. I gave everybody a copy of one. So if you look just below where the 98 is right there, in that little grove of trees was the originally proposed location of that. I thought, well, it'd be, accessible on the ground, in the center of the park, near a grove of trees, opposite the bench there. But then as I'm thinking about it, it's like, okay, you have to, walk to the center. There's no sidewalk to get to it or anything, but it's got accessibility is a small part of it, but it is still something. And whereas, it's hidden behind some trees and like that, after I talked with Nick a while back, the thought was we've got improvements coming out here out by the roundhouse with the signboard. We've got the nice bike rack there. And over by the splash pad, it's another area where we have a lot of traffic, and it sort of ties in and beautifies everything around it. If where that location is over by the splash pad over here where the red box is, basically.
I got a question.
So go ahead.
What about just north of the roundhouse there in that little piece of?
There's a tree there that branches out over it.
Okay.
So the tree it's hard to see there, but it sprawls that whole little triangle.
On the opposite, across the sidewalk, there would be a good spot for it.
No, that's where we have set up for events, and we have tent setups, and we have, I know Kara does marks them off 10-foot spaces or however big. We do that all around that circle there. And I know Midfest probably has, I don't know if there's booths there, but there's a lot of activity in that little hub area.
Okay.
Them trees ain't gotta be forever.
That's true.
Just throwing it out there.
That's true. And the other part of this is though that the sculpture is a 5-year sculpture. There will be 5 years, and then we may come to an agreement with the artist to buy it permanently, or we put something fresh in there. And to me, that location is highly visible for the commissioning of the art piece. We didn't give anything. That's all Kurt Verhagen.
We gave money for it.
No dollars from us.
Okay.
Yep. And so it'll be and this is the base of the platform, what Joe will have forward. And it's, as you can see, it's less than 5 feet square.
Well, whatever.
And those benches are 6 foot. So
Let's make a bike rack over there out of that
sure.
piece of concrete.
Sure, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't hate it by the splash pad at all.
No,
I think a lot of people would see it.
People go by it, see it.
I think more
To
people would see
me,
it there.
look, to me, right there, like that.
I love the idea of that too. Absolutely. Yeah.
In that little bitty piece there, it just
Yeah.
seemed like that would where it would fit, where people would see it as they walk in, but.
Yeah.
But there's a tree there,
There is. And I think there's shrubbery around the base of the roundhouse, and there's a tree that sprawls out over it. It's a nice little tree. Kids hang on and all that, but I think there's a slope to it. There's a slope to it too. And that area, a little slope, which I don't think that'd be against it, but these are all things that, maybe there's something we want to put there that's a little more like artistic versus greenery. If those trees need to come down, because there was one right in that area that we had to replace from, activity kids and all kinds of stuff. So you're going to have that. This at least is out. It sort of adds elements. We've got one up on, we've got a sculpture up on the hill. This is really cool to be able to see the sculpture on the sidewalk, which is pretty neat. Zooming in on GIS, you can really see that sculpture from overhead, but unlike how you can walking it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I just wanted to reinforce, that's coming up. They're going to do the unveiling ceremony at 4:30 p.m., a half hour before our opening ceremony at the Midfest at 5 o'clock. So at 5 o'clock, the opening ceremony, we're going to do the unveiling ceremony at 4:30. So yeah, she's got specs in there for when we go to have stamped concrete, forced concrete. We've got other areas where we're gonna have some concrete work done as well, the park, a road down here, so we're gonna lump it all into one thing. So I just wanted to get everybody up to speed on that. It's pretty exciting. I know when we sat down with the design of it, we all left with no notes whatsoever. It's really cool design, the way it's metal, and it'll be, 6, 7 feet tall, 8 feet tall, just the little pieces will be. But the base of it is a really cool design, and I think it get a lot of visibility there. It right, beautifies the library next to it, everything.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. Yeah, we sat down with her. She brought it as a proposal to me, Joe, and Nick. Kurt was there. Jackie was there. I don't think Jackie was
When this whole thing started.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So this was actually in December, because that was when we said, okay, yes, let's go with it. When we sat back, it's going to be a neat sculpture when it's all said and done.
And I'm reminded by the
You do it.
and I think
Yeah.
Don has a good point too. If we decide not to go with this, that'd be a heck of a bike. Be a good bike. We don't use it.
Absolutely, for kids in the splash pad area.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all I have on that.
Okay, any additional business being necessary by the council?
Nope.
Anybody?
No.
Motion to adjourn.
So, all in favor? Andrew, do we need to set the next one, or are we skipping May? Because this one here was kind of. There was a lot going on with this meeting that we just did. I have a budget.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I call the meeting to order and we have approval of tonight's agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, approval of minutes from April 6, 2026, regular meeting.
Make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, moving on to old business, 2026. Fiscal sustainability plan, utility rates, capital assets and budget update.
Yes, I apologize. In my order here, I've got the ordinance and then the plan details, so you may have to switch that around. Although I made everybody copies of these, so if you got your copies, then that's what we're talking about now. It starts with the sewage works here, and it continues for another 5 pages, I believe. And so we've got a few breakdowns based on feedback from you guys at our last meeting. That our sewers first, that we're looking at the stormwater funding based around our projects with the rural development and other stormwater improvements we've done. The establishment of a fee ending anywhere between $2 to $5. And as you can see, it goes up commensurate with each dollar. You know, the ending purple being our $3 stormwater is the one that gets us, you know, a healthy amount above our gray recommended balance. At $2, we're ending that balance after a 5-year period right now. Actually, it'd be a 4-year period after today. We're ending that balance. It looks to be somewhere around 30,000 or so increments there, going up from $2 to $5. So it's just up to your discussion and analytics there to analysis to take a look and consider those.
That cap 50,000 per year. What do we have? You know what we have
So you've gone
right
past,
now?
you've gone past what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the very first page.
Yeah, I got the stormwater. I've already decided on that one.
Okay, so Indiana Water Utility, no questions on that. We'll skip right through. So the
Pretty
plan,
easy. It's either you want to do two,
plan
three, or
is
four,
on-
$5.
the plan is on page 5. So you see a breakdown of our water improvement or our water, North Judson, Indiana municipal water utility schedule of estimated capital improvement.
Okay.
And you see on there, we've got, this year, we've got well number 1 that is being paid at this meeting to Peerless Midwest for their work on well number 1. They're done with that. We've got meter replacement, 0 turn fire hydrants. Next year, fire hydrants, roofing and sheeting, and meter replacement, along with well 2. But we do have other funds that we've allocated for that roof and sheeting building next year on the water department. And then the following year, so we're looking at all of these based around, and you could see the shortfalls based around at the bottom, based on whether it's 12%, 9%, or 6%, where we would find other avenues to fund some of those projects. And or it's a living document. It, you know, things change over time. This is our 5-year estimated expenses based around Joe and our utility staff's needs for capital improvement. So as you can see, we've got 3 breakdowns, phased in approach of 12%, 9%, and 6%. So at your, and like the 9%, it's even if you did, you know, 3% this year, 6% next year, it'll all be relative. The shift from those easing the burden this year for next year, it would all be negligible in terms of where we end up financially. It's going to be in a similar position based on the 9%. Same with the 12%. If you decided to do more of a, 6% and or 3%, 9%, 6%, 6%, however you want to shuffle those around, it's going to ultimately get you at the same location. So looking at the 12%, an increased capital spending, full funding with 12%. Our reserves end right about, it's exactly where our recommended balance is based on our bonds and interest payments and other allocations. The 4.5% each year, 9% total, with the $50,000 capital plan gets us slightly above the recommended balance, and on the 12% side with a fully funded, let me do this here. The 6% with the $40,000 limit, that would take some moving around of funds and some capital spending that may be pushed off year over year. All sort of based around the rates, what we're going to be able to facilitate, or how we could work between the sewer, water, street on some of these, a mower that's split between all three of them. Everything in here is pretty much split, unless it's a new well, that's entirely water, roofing sheet, same kind of thing there. New water main, similar, you're not gonna be able to split that between sewer or anything. We're talking about water. So some of these things we can lean on other departments, and others we're unable to, given the dynamics of where the infrastructure is actually going or the type of infrastructure improvements it is.
Alex, Linda, let's hear what you guys have to say about this. If you have thoughts on stormwater. Stormwater. What are your guys' ideas on stormwater, or where do you think we should be at with that for this graph? Like to hear your guys' opinions.
Like everything else, everything just keeps going up, but to go up a little bit, you almost have to do that. It's expected, and we almost have to go with it.
Good point, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're just gonna have to, I don't know exactly which one we want to go with, but, and we're gonna have to.
You were gonna choose this for your budget at home. It's either gonna be $2, because this is gonna affect you as a, citizen. But you want to pay 2, 3, 4, or 5, then, per the graph. Which, what do you think was, where would you lie there? I don't know that there's a wrong answer. I don't know if there's exactly right, but I'm just asking for opinions, like. I know what I think, but I want the else to help the form opinion too. Josh, you got something?
When I talked to Andrew on the phone, I wanted to do small increments.
Yes.
Instead of one big bite at one time.
Okay.
That is my opinion.
So what would that number look like?
I don't know what you're wanting to get 12%, right?
Well, that's
Oh,
the
stormwater.
Yeah, stormwater is the first.
Just
one. Yeah.
stormwater first.
So stormwater, basically, it's instead of a sewer increase, we establish a stormwater fee, and it's a flat fee.
Right.
So this covers the stormwater, it covers the wastewater, stormwater side.
Yep, absolutely. There's no wastewater
You weren't-
increase. No,
That's
no.
like I
Yeah,
called it.
exactly. Yeah, we caught up over the phone on this stuff.
We
And-
had Oro on the phone there.
Yeah, and the other option is a 3-phase increase of July 1st, January 1st, July 1st. And it'd be, if you did 333 for 9%, say, you're still going to ultimately, the outcome is going to be similar on the water side. Now, on the wastewater side, this takes into account all of our sewage funds. So, the healthier median in the middle is where we want to see ourselves with our recommended fund balances and all that. If we're able to keep things leaner, then we're going to be in better shape. If not, then, it may, as we revisit these every 2 to 3 years, there may be a call to action. You want to balance that, right?
All we're saying is
2, 3,
So
4,
one
5.
time, there you go.
one, that's.
Well, we're talking about right
One-time
now, it's
thing,
just
yeah.
one time,
One
2,
Yep.
3, 4, or 5, just added to
A
the
month.
wastewater side per month.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm on board with that whole one time, let's do it.
Yeah,
Not be-
for the stormwater.
I'm not saying $5 is the right number at all.
No.
I look at the graph, I say $3.
That's what I said too, but I want to go.
Because $2 lands us on the money, we can get a little scary. But $3
Green
gives us
is
a little bit of blue.
purple
green, but
color,
it's not, I don't
favorite color.
saving a couple bucks a month. I think if we can save our people anything and fiscally do it responsibly for the town, that's what we got.
Yeah, so $3 may be something now, but we're gonna eventually have to.
Yeah.
See ourselves to forward and see ourselves.
Right.
Doesn't have to be done now, but
No.
we're gonna be here in 2 more years or 3 more years saying the same thing. Cause everything's got not gonna.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, unless
And
things, well,
hopefully it's adding $1, not adding another $3.
Okay.
adding a
that's what I'm
$2.
saying,
Yeah,
or it could be
for sure.
50 cents
Yeah,
over
it's
2
350
years.
or
or
4 yeah,
something.
exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you want a motion individually on moving on these, or?
Yeah, we could say, we can motion that $3 will be the number that we advertise for.
Okay.
Yeah,
You guys are all okay with that? We can make a motion and move on to the next one.
Make a motion that $3 is the storm sewer rate. And
All in favor?
Yeah.
So that kind of, that's something we've never done before. So when people ask us, we have to be able to speak to that.
Yep.
And that's something that is gonna be, why aren't we raising our rates? Well, this is pretty simple because we've never had this fund and we have to continue fixing these, storm drains. So
storm drains, yeah.
we
as
don't have them.
improve
in Our whole
sidewalks
side of
area.
town doesn't have a
Yeah.
storm drain. So if we ever
Yeah.
want to think about doing a large project to like implement that,
And think about the sidewalk
deal.
projects we're doing by the school. There may come a time where we want to do curbing. We want to do, drainage basins under the road if we do repaving a road.
just like we had to do Laurel, Cherry.
That was part of
What
it,
was
yeah.
the other, what was the other?
Wilson
Wil-
and Wenninger.
What, no, it was
Leslie.
Leslie,
Yeah.
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 So
That was a
that's an
$40,000
example of
project. Yeah.
where we see in town where there's puddles of water for 2 days after rain. There's no stormwater, there's no stormwater drains. This type of fund is what's gonna help fund those types of issues once we can actually fix them.
Remember Laurel, that was just a lake every time it rained.
Yeah.
Laurel was bad right there on that south side. That just isn't in.
So, okay, so that's good. So just as long as we don't know what we're doing and where it's going. Okay, the next thing is, the difference between the 12% with no cap, with no cap on the capital plan. And
Yeah.
The other is a
Fully funded,
50,000 cap with a 9% increase. So, Linda, what do you think? Or Alex, what do you guys think about that? Where you got that one? Since I've been here, we've never had a cap. You're right.
No, we haven't. We haven't. We've
Never had a cap
funded.
on capital spending, because to me that.
Yeah.
Wait till you guys give your opinion. Oh, thank you, I'm coming hard, not playing on this.
And here's another thing too, when we planned on our capital spending plan, like in 28, there's a backhoe in there. Well, there may be other priorities. There may be other priorities where that, $100,000 expense split between 3 departments may be something that we're not looking to fund in 28. We don't need it necessarily.
Yeah.
We could get, I tell you what they want, or they talked about getting was a mini backhoe for doing meter pits and things like that, which is a third of the cost of something like that. So instead of 31,000 in 2028, if you knock that down to 10,000 and you've got, you're talking 50,000 in capital improvements that year. So you go 48,000 and you talk 50,000 or so in 28, then we're already peeling back some of those expenses that we're not necessarily interested, or Joe spoke to this, that we were not necessarily wedded to that larger expense in 28. So, the picture looks a little better if $50,000 is our sort of, it's not a cap, but it's the target for year over year.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean.
But essentially, yes, we're keeping a barrier between
The biggest
spending.
thing I spoke to last time with this, just to take into under consideration, is our oldest or our newest utility truck is a 2015.
I think so.
15, I think. We have nothing newer than 2015, and there's only a plan for $23,000 in the next 5 years for those trucks. So we're not gonna make,
It's one truck basically.
it's one truck, yeah, it's gonna be more than 23,000.
That's split between the 3
Okay.
departments. Yeah.
So yeah, so basically we're saying that we're not gonna spend any money on any equipment other than what's on here potentially, and I just don't think that's realistic. So in some way, we'll have to figure out how to fund this stuff if we go down that road.
Or if we repair, the one ton or whatever, if we continue to repair, I think that's another $5,000 potentially 1 year. That's
So
towards repair.
I'm just saying, I don't like the cap for that simple reason that
There may be, you can't
there's
predict.
things on there
Yeah.
that they have to watch for, and then to say, oh, well, we're not gonna fix it because, we didn't raise that extra 3%. I just don't know if that makes me.
That's just.
That's me, how I look at it. I think it was a little different though, when we looked at this before.
It was.
I think it was a little more further apart than it is now.
Yeah, I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
well, we wanted to see this 9%. I'm really glad you took the time to do that. That was great. I mean, because this kind of hit right where I thought it would, where it was like right on the money.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
where it was hitting right about with what we had budgeted in these next 5 years. And it's pretty close. And like you said, we have some stuff in here that I'm not sure we fully need. It was more of a wish list type thing, like the backhoe and things like that.
Yeah.
Which a wish list is fine when we're building these plans, but when we get down to it, do we really need it? And can it be pulled out of this? And that may be one thing. I do agree with the trucks, but like you said, I think you said this is split 3 ways. I think we had 70 grand budget per truck, right?
Yep, correct.
So when I look at that too, I also think 70 grand, can we get 2 nice trucks with it? Probably. So-
Fleet level.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't, we just need 4-wheel drive, good, strong work truck. That's
Yep.
what we need. So I think 70 grand is very feasible for that as well, at least supply us with 2 trucks. So I did kind of think about that. But I know you feel restricted on it, but if we can make it work, and by looking at this, I think we can make it work. Raising the bills as little as possible, I'm always gonna be in favor of, so.
We could do theoretically a July 1st, January 1st and July 1st of 3%. Or 4% if you want to get to 12, you could split that over 3 phases,
Is that-
6 months.
The only bad part about, I think another downside on it is when we don't increase to be above that number, is we're really just kicking the can down the road
Sure.
to the next time. That's all we're doing. We're just delaying the inevitable. And maybe that's, maybe that's okay for some certain things, but to me, I think when we make a decision like this, that's just, I want to just, let's do it. Let's have the money we need for things. It's over, but
Yeah. Yeah.
that's how I manage my life. That's how I
totally
kinda
get that
do
too.
it. So, yeah. It's not as easy on people, but they're obviously with their monthly budgets that it's gonna be an increase of $3 and then I don't know how much that 12%. What's gonna be 6%, then 6%. I think that's on here somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the first, or
How
that's
much-
the 12.
But how much dollars is that actually?
Oh, that was on our thing last
Yeah,
year, wasn't
That's
it?
in our numbers.
It's not as much as we think it's gonna be though, right? Remember, it wasn't
No,
when
it
we,
was a total.
when we did the math, it was
Total
like,
was $9 at the end. The very end of it was $8 or $9, and it's only like $3.
All right, so yeah, our current is what?
you can do 6 weeks.
Our current $40 for water.
Our current's 40, so 6, that's $2.40 for the first one. And then, or wait, 6%, yes, that's $2.40 versus $1.80, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. So we're talking.
We're bumping stormwater too.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
on this alone.
Yeah.
You're gonna have the $3
Yeah.
and then you're gonna have, so it's gonna be $5.40 to get the
Yeah.
full amount. Or it's gonna be $4.80.
Hmm.
This is just per month. So in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't seem like a lot.
It's
Yeah,
not,
right.
it's not, but
Seemed like it was more before, but that.
I feel like it was like $9, so we came up with that.
This is the start and then,
Total.
Oh, this is,
Oh,
okay,
this is
this
the
is
first
first,
6.
first hit. Got it.
and then the next 6 will be next July, right? So that is
If
it
you
1
did
year?
2, yeah, you
Yeah,
can
year
see.
2.
Yeah.
But then you'll still only do 6% on 4240, right?
Yeah,
So
see,
that's still only gonna be another $3 or $2 or whatever.
the 12% is the third graph over on the last page, and it's $4.95 after the second phase.
So let's look at somebody like, we can use like my mom as somebody on a fixed income. Who has, whatever she has. I don't know that for her. $3 a month, we're talking, 9% versus 12%. Just call it $3 every month, $36 a year. Is really gonna be that much a year. Are you looking at, or a monthly, $3?
And I understand that, and that's not, I don't think that's not for anybody, but if we can avoid increasing to that, everything else is increasing, we're just wanting to.
For the sake of increasing.
Right.
Sure,
I'll
absolutely.
never be in just for the sake of increasing.
No.
Now, I'm not naive. I've been in business a long time and stuff, but I understand our expenses have gone up. We have to do
The
something.
numbers, yeah.
I understand how that works, too.
Yeah, there's no way around it, unfortunately.
What do you guys think? What's your guys' opinion?
Well, because I'm on fixed income, so that's a little difficult, a little more difficult,
Sure.
but you still have to have a fund for whatever's expected. That's just like the storm last Friday and it
Yeah.
took half my tree into my house. So, I had to, so you gotta have Gotta have reserves, and you never know when something's gonna
And
happen.
just like a vehicle, every, how many years, if things break down, things,
Yeah,
get old. I know we've got water mains and water lines that works down that we're still looking at grant dollars, lead line replacement. We don't have a lot of lead lines in town anywhere, luckily, but that's still an issue. Other communities are facing that. It's another thing, along with the equipment and the personnel and wages and keeping employees paid well, that all plays into
Is our
it.
trash going up too soon? And that's supposed to be a raise.
27 is our, it's funny you say that. I got 2 calls today about it. Haven't heard trash inquiries in years.
There's,
I got
About
2
to get
calls
money
today.
done.
Yeah.
there's definitely people who want to.
7/1/2027. Got a call from Apex and another one from down south. Yeah. So I told them, put it on your calendar. Call me in mid-February when I'm getting out the notice of, request for proposals. So
We had 3 left.
we can get those competitive. Yeah, we had Apex, Republican, and Wasteland. We try to say we want to go with the local company. I talked to the Apex guy for a few minutes. We would rather deal with somebody local who's right here.
Here's 5,000 monthly.
Yeah, month, so, and they
5,000 more
understood
a
that
month.
completely. It was, it's a hard
Too much
decision,
money, yeah.
still, but at the end of the year, 60,000 is a lot.
Okay, so, what do you think?
I mean, I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm on Eric's page when it comes to, yeah, I don't wanna. It'd be a shock to people going up, but yeah, I also know it's not a crazy amount.
Month to month, yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of feels like the stormwater where we can limit our capital spending a bit. And like I said, there are some things in there. That was what we did. That's a capital plan. We're basing it around from our budgeting last July. So there will be priorities and changes that may have shifted a bit. Like I said about the backhoe, things like that, that 50,000 is a reasonable figure. If you eat that in the middle at 9%, then, we can fund. Joe's confident. I know he said that, 50,000 is a good number. We could target every year within our capital spending.
So I look at too, like someone like the police where, this is going up to be numbers, but. And one instead of we need 1 car, then we need 2 cars, then we need 3 cars. That's just how it happens though. You wreck one and then one goes down and then this,
Yeah.
we've
When
been lucky.
you don't want it to happen. is when it's gonna
Exactly.
happen.
We've been pretty lucky with this utilities department. I mean, what have we just had we replaced the mower. But besides that, I mean, the dump truck, we had to do the dump truck. I mean, that I can remember.
We did a rebuild.
Jetback.
We did rebuild.
Yeah, the jetback
We
stuff.
did rebuild one of our trucks, the engine.
But since,
So we got
since I've been
figured
here, and him and I have been on the board, we did replace the dump truck though, because the one had a broken.
Yeah.
They said it was the,
Spring break that morning or something.
anyway, regardless, we had to replace a dump truck. But again, we don't know about these trucks. That's what I'm most concerned with is these large apparatuses that we use for utilities. I just don't know.
Yeah.
If one of those goes down, it changes everything, so that's just something to keep in mind. So. What do you think, Josh?
And we're not limited to just these 5 and 5, so 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 5, 6 and 6, whatever it is.
Right.
I would try the phase in part, and if it doesn't look like it's gonna work, then you come back and redo the situation.
What percentage would you be at?
Yeah, so it's either we're gonna do 6 and 6 or 4.5 and 4.5. The difference is,
I think
6.
you're in phase to do 3 of them.
Oh,
Is
that's
that
good.
what you're interested
Stormwater.
in? No, he
No, he's-
did talk about a July 1st, January 1st,
Yeah.
July 1st. We could build it out like that, but the
Four-
difference is.
4,
would
4,
be-
and 4.
Yeah, to get you to 12, ultimately, yeah,
I don't know though. Then it feels like your bill's always going up too.
does a bit sometimes.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like the next thing just filling up again. It does feel like that though.
Hey, do it all at once and it's like pulling the Band-Aid
That's
off.
what I say. Let's just do it. Like,
Maybe that's the right, I don't know. We're gonna do it. I don't know.
I just thought it would be more palatable
Sure.
for
Sure.
How
Oh,
the
no.
school build.
Well, that's the catch 22, right?
I think the middle.
It is more complex to spread it out, but then you're always like, oh, this
Well, it's
building's
going
up
to
every
rain
hour.
though, right? Because we're doing the stormwater at January
Yeah.
1st. So if you do, one raise July, one raise January, one raise July, then you're good for 2 years or whatever that's gonna be. So we do another study and then they tell us we gotta do another. Oh, no, now we gotta do 10% because
Yeah.
we're low. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's always how it's gonna play out. So
When was the last time that you raised?
probably 2 years ago.
23, the end of 23, and the last phase in was 2 years ago, over 2 years, just over 2 years.
So it's inevitable, always gonna be, as costs go up. As,
Yeah.
high speed.
I guess I would try that if it looks like you're coming short, then maybe you do something else. Oh, that's. Cause I go back to the dip scope thing that was kind of a.
We could plan 4.5
Kind of a-
for 27,
Five.
you know, you can
Oh,
plan
yeah.
4.5% this year and 6 next year.
The part that's to me is it's not that much money to the homeowner. To us, it is because it's 800 households. But each household, it's a difference of $1.20 a month between 4.5% or 6%.
Yeah.
$1.20, literally pocket change. So we shouldn't get hung up on $1.20 is what I'm saying. That's what we're talking. That's what we're talking about as far as versus what Eric wants to do versus what basically all.
That's literally the difference. Yeah.
I think, well, I mean, at the end of the day,
From a citizen standpoint, I think the fact that you guys are discussing $1.20, I mean, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I think most people would if they were aware, fortunately, most people aren't sitting in here,
Right.
know that you guys are beating your heads against the wall to try and save somebody a little heartache.
sure.
But at the end of the day, things have to be done.
Yep.
And you guys are the ones who are gonna have to explain it. And so,
Hard decisions might have to be made. This is to me is the hardest decision. There's always a lot harder decisions. But yeah, so. So somebody has to make a motion, we move forward with something on this.
I think I'm going to move forward with it. I just assume pay it all and not have,
So,
because
okay,
that way
so,
everybody's not making,
so,
coming to you and complaining. So
So
we
you-
just go put it up there.
so you want to do the full 12%, or you want to do 6 and 6, or you want to do? There's all those
4.5.
4.5. 4, yeah, if you're doing all though.
Yeah.
4.5, 4.5, or,
Those are specific.
so that's the difference. Where,
It's probably, what criteria are we removing? Or what level are we publicizing for our public hearings and that?
People are going to complain no matter what. So let's do 6 and 6 and be done with it.
yeah, second,
Second, that's close.
all in favor?
Okay.
Am I?
What?
You're aye or you're nay?
Nay.
4-1, pass.
That's it.
Good. Okay, Andrew, anything else?
Some way.
Hold on. I gotta write that. That's rare. I gotta write that down.
Write that one down.
I get it. I
Put it in bold.
totally do. I like that actually. It's a big discussion. Like Frank said, we have to take it extremely seriously. Phase in over July. Okay, 4-1. I will get the paperwork drafted. We will publicize that, both of these for by Wednesday. The 22nd, we'll have it publicized. We'll do the public hearing at the first meeting in May. We'll adopt it at the second meeting in May. We'll get it in the newspaper immediately. And after 30 days, I think it's right around June 30 or June 20 something, will be 30 days. So we'll have it sent to Keystone to be in our system for July 1st. 6%, 6%. Thank you guys very much.
Good sketch.
Yes, that's all for that discussion, thankfully.
Okay, moving on to 2026 Island Cemetery Road Paving Removal Redevelopment Project update.
Yeah, I want to appreciate our grave digger and local funeral homes for their patience out here. I drove out there. I it was off-roading basically where they were taking the millings from the road and dropping it out there. They laid them out in the roads that are going to be paved to raise them up a bit. So I haven't seen it yet today since the weather's been a little better. I know they finished up the road over here, but it's been good to work with. I had the crew there with Mike, our grave digger, and they were communicating. So appreciate their patience at this time, but I'll leave Joe to send out updates as it comes that he's checking it out through the week.
You say they got central done?
It is. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice. Looks really good. There.
Good.
All
Check
that.
it out. We don't go around it.
Linda, I don't want to see you hot rod down our road.
She's gonna go burn out.
All right, moving on, American Discovery Trail Society, Trailtown Designation, Signage Celebration.
So I did get back the memorandum of understanding back with their signature on it. So we're all complete there. We have I didn't get to the email about planning and all that, but upcoming we will have a day where we go out on the trail and we alert the press and they'll present us the signage that we're going to use. So keep your ears open for that. I'll let you know when we plan that.
Very good. Moving on, Town Ordinance number 2026-06, amendment to the town schedule of fees introduction.
An ordinance establishing / updating the schedule of fees imposed by the incorporated town of North Judson, ordinance number 2026-06. We introduced this at our last meeting. We will now open the public hearing, please.
Make a motion, to open the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
So, public comment is sought for our fire department fees, initial response on scene, expendable materials, debris, chemical collection, disposal, false alarm, fees. Now, Eric and I were talking a second ago, about where, the funds will be routed, into our general fund, but much like how our, golf cart fees go directly to the continuing education of our police. I think it may behoove us to re-establish our firehouse fund into a fire fee equipment fund. And I'll discuss this with Joe. Eric had some insight on that or had a question about that. And it just makes sense. Eric, I'll let you mention your thought on this ordinance now as the public and as a fireman.
Yeah, so something we've been looking at, obviously I'm in favor of the ordinance. The big thing is the cost of equipment. We just talked about cost going up, everything. Just to put the PPE on a firefighter to be able to fight a fire, it costs around $5,000 per set for your coat, your pants, helmet, gloves, hood. We do have about 10 sets right now that have about 1.5 years left on. It's 10-year lifespan. After 10 years, you can't use them anymore, regardless of the condition. Just some things that people don't know about. We just got a quote to replace some of our attack line for 50 foot. It's over $300. And, we put about 800 foot on that on a fire engine. Nozzles alone that go on the end of the hose are $700 to $1,000 each. Intake valves, we just got recently the engine we bought off Judson service, and our plan was to take valves off an old truck and move them over. Well, they were the original valves that came to that truck in '96, and took them off and they basically fell apart. And those alone are $2,600. We need 2 of them to put on the engine. So just the expense of even an SCBA pack, the air bottle we put on our back and breathe with, $7,500 each. We were lucky enough to get a grant a couple years ago to replace all of our 20-plus-year-old ones. So we're sitting good there. But we have to, every 5 years we got to test all the bottles on those, another expense. So just the expenses, I think a lot of the public is unaware of how much it costs to keep us in service and keep the service at a heightened level. So this is something, a way that if we do go out on a call, hopefully we can get some fees back to help cover some of these costs. If we destroy a section of hose, burn fuel, fuel's $5.50 now going in fire trucks. So all that's the reasoning that we're looking to increase the fees and have a better way of billing for fire calls. And again, we talked radio checks, thankfully. At the last meeting that, we're not looking to send a bill out to every single run. We run down the street and we put out somebody's grass has got 50 square foot burning, big whoop-de-doo. But we go to a major fire and we use 20 gallons of foam and we have a section hose burned through and we're there for 5 hours. That's the work. really wanted to help cover our costs on. So, that's kind of the reasoning behind it.
What about the other places that are, right?
Yeah.
Standardized.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the fees we're looking at are the standard suggested rates from the state fire marshal's office that they just updated not too long ago. So these fees aren't made up out of anywhere. It's what the state fire marshal's office is suggesting that we use and that everybody in the state uses. So that's where the numbers come from.
Are some of these, would some of these people expect that to be covered under their homeowner's insurance, or is that a fee that you would present the homeowner?
So that's an ongoing discussion, I guess. State Fire Marshal's office said that if we have any problem with insurance companies paying the bill, contact them, they'll help. I know John has mentioned before that insurance policies, he's in the insurance world, are capped at $500 and it kind of doesn't matter.
We're gonna put it back on the homeowner.
So, maybe they're
The mandatory that I think 500 is. They have to pay for the policy, but
right.
anything more than that, you can send.
It may be a homeowner would be gracious and get a $2,000 bill and be like, great job. I'll pay the rest out of pocket.
Something, tap our house, we appreciate that, absolutely.
So I guess whether we're capped at $500 or we get some people that have no problem paying.
Well, I thought that was the point of it though,
The bill.
wasn't it? Is actually to put it on homeowners as a bill. This was to have the teeth for it.
Right. I mean,
To enforce it basically. I know they're at tough times, so you gotta be careful there, right? Because
right.
someone just lost their house, you wanna hit them with a $2,500 bill. It's kind of tough. It's all gotta be kind of discretionary, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense.
Yeah. That's the tough part.
It is.
I think we discussed that before. Somebody just lost their home. Oh, here, you owe us $2,500.
Right.
And that's where I was hoping insurance would change or update to the times that it's way more than $500 for a fire department to run.
It's gonna be a whole state Department of Insurance thing, though. They're gonna have to change like all the way across the board where they up that, whatever. Everybody will have to change. It wouldn't be just like our little area.
Yeah, I need to make a call to the state fire marshal's office and get more information on
They should
their
be
plans.
pushing that, not Eric Wapple.
Right.
Judson. But they hear from more people like you,
That's
that's where it's gonna, get traction. And then if you tell them not, hey, hold on and say this, or the next one, or the next one,
Yeah.
they have 20 people saying, hey, we've got X amount of dollars now. Somebody might have a light bulb go off.
Yeah, I know the IVFA, the Indiana Volunteer Firefighters Association, been in contact with them. And I definitely get an update from both of them.
There's
Myself.
the one, what's the one just east of Knox, Washington Township?
Yeah.
They have a major problem with this. I've talked to their people about the same situation that you're going through, where they send bills out, they get their $500, and they send the other bills out, they really don't have a lot of teeth to dive into that extra money that is owed because, for whatever reason, there's all that tape and people just don't pay it. So this isn't uncommon. This is very common.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's not a fee that could be like assessed to everybody, like a smaller fee, like everybody's putting into the pot for the fire department.
That's a future discussion about a fire territory that we're kind of in the infancy stages of looking into that right now, where the territories.
So now the money we get for taxes and that goes into a big pot where we divide it between our fire department, our police department, security, that kind of thing. So it's similar to a property tax or a local income tax, that kind of thing.
But
This would be
more
different.
township thing though, right?
You can set up a territory any size you want, so hopefully if we get farther
Yeah,
down the
cover
road,
more than just
If you did
town.
all of
right?
Wayne,
Yeah.
you know, if you did the public, all of Wayne.
Yeah.
You would have all those. homes.
yeah, we cover all of Wayne, half of Rich Grove and Pulaski County, most of Jackson Township. You can set it up just as your coverage area. You can set it up just as one township. You can go in with neighboring departments and join into one fire territory. And that would be a tax that would just be to fund a fire department. They just did it recently up in the Hamlet area. So,
Yeah, I heard.
and that's like the only feasible way we can ever see to be able to purchase like a new fire engine down the road.
Right, to be able to sustain and actually get new equipment and stuff like that and stay updated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something definitely.
Guess well, if there's no further comments on the public side, we can close the public hearing.
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
And I will just read this again by title in order to solicit a motion for adoption. Ordinance number 2026-06, an ordinance establishing / updating the schedule of fees imposed by the incorporated town of North Judson. Approved this day, April 20th,
I make
2026.
a motion that we approve town ordinance 2026-06.
I second.
All in favor?
So this ordinance will be publicized, it'll be sent with our rates as well. By Wednesday, April 22nd, to be publicized April 30th. 30 days after that, so we're looking at June 1st, right around June 1st for these to come into effect.
Okay, we're gonna move on. Town council representative, mid-festival committee. Eric mentioned last time that with the new job and just being able to attend the meetings like you feel, is that correct still?
That is still correct.
So we're looking for a volunteer out of you three. Okay, you wanna do it?
Yeah.
Linda, you're gonna be able to put some teeth into it, you think?
I think so.
Okay, well, what you'll need to make sure that you're, you know, I don't know that you did this in the past, Eric was our first one. We've got to make sure that we're all communicating with you if we have feel or see or have, and you can take it to them and try to push forward. I believe that she has a vote, correct?
Pardon me?
She has a vote, correct?
If
Just want to find
Linda
out.
replacing Eric on the committee.
Just want to know.
Yeah, I know, but she was there last year.
I think it was, yeah, I think it was, voting member and Chad was our outside.
Yes.
Yeah, a liaison,
Outside.
and they both have
Yes.
votes, right, Christina? Sorry.
Chad does that.
Chad. Okay.
Very good. Okay, and, so Linda is volunteer. You two got lucky on that one, dodged that bullet. Way to go.
And somebody just wants to send me her contact info.
Yeah, sure. Send her your contact info.
So her email is the same as first initial last name at NorthJudsonIA.gov, just so you know.
So do we have a motion to move forward with that?
Make a motion that we appoint Linda Banks as the town council representative in Metro.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Eric can probably give you some pointers too on kind of what he did or what his direction was, or, you know, he's in that room. Something like that. Okay, anything else with that, Andrew?
No.
We're good. Okay, moving on to guest recognition. Tonight, we have with us 3 people from the Midfest that have good stuff on here, so we're just gonna let you all 3. Christina, you can go first.
We're here to get our special events permit approved for the Met
All
Festival.
right. Anybody looked at this yet? Reviewed it at all? It's a little different. It's very similar, but somewhat different. In English yet, so June, so this is the same time,
Same road closures, it looks like, yeah.
same time frame, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Now, did you say you had an extra copy?
I partial, yeah.
Got it. Frank one.
I just don't have the part where it shows all the dates for everybody. You got that?
Yeah, right. Like a few pages.
Yeah. Okay, so Mint Friendly Festival celebrating, that's okay. So, which hours the park being requested? So beginning at 6:18 at 8 AM through 6:21 at 8 PM. Okay, so that's Thursday. Is that correct? Thursday.
Friday. Oh, no, that is Thursday. Wait a second.
Yes, Thursday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You let-
Yes, electricity, we got that fill out Thursday. What time would you need electrics turned on? Thursday, 8 AM. Public events, the attachment. NJ Police during the day, paid security overnight, okay? There's sanitation, was there something with that last year, you got charged much money or something? Is that something you guys did? No, porta potties, no?
Actually, they've even lowered our prices,
Yeah.
I think. They've been great.
Yeah.
I think we got more though, like, right? This year, did we get more? Which companies and got more?
Okay. So here's the list of, areas. I assume this is what this is.
Yeah, I
Road
just did
closures.
the road closure, just the areas that we were closing roads. I didn't do event by event.
Okay, so road closures.
Lane to lane. Yellow would be there.
Anything new on the road closures?
Sure, Frank can get with you if there's some questions that you have. So. Got to get time.
Oh, yeah.
For the option,
Mhm.
I got a copy from,
That's the obvious road closures.
run to barricade, but.
Yes, and
Would be something that Joe will have to be in charge of, because there's no more. I think she maybe was part of that before, so she's no longer here.
I mean, a little bit strapped some, but most of them we get donated by High Star. And
That's good.
their employees actually set them up for us last year.
yes,
The run is asking if the town can post that week leading up what the road closures are for the run, so people have some notice.
Yeah. we
They
need-
can post anything, just let them know.
Coordinate with them.
Yeah.
That'd be the best. Okay, so, what kind of questions do we have about this? What's changed? What's different? From last year?
What's changed? Oh, all kinds of stuff.
I mean, we're. So,
Sold out
not
again.
necessarily the
Sold-
details,
We're
but
sold out, yeah, we're sold out. We have a bunch of stuff going on at the library and, the American 250, they've got like people dressing up and they're like, historical stuff and then. Switching things up at Norway a little bit, maybe. Or laying things up down there, what's going down there. We have.
You guys came in after we discussed the sculpture unveiling at 4:30,
Mhm.
which is gonna be exciting. We moved it away from the center
Yeah.
there over to by the splash pad.
Yeah.
I think Jackie Ryan was gonna mention that.
Yeah,
And Joe's gonna have the pad poured and then we'll do it at 4:30 before the 5
Yeah.
p.m. opening ceremony. Cool.
we
Yeah.
have their whole schedule for
Good.
all that stuff, so
Good
that,
deal.
that
That's
will
great.
be,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a healthy baby contest. Actually at the festival.
is there gonna be a separate for the pageant, or is that all?
The pageant would still be separate.
So it's gotta, they're gonna have sort of a permit, a temp permit for their stuff.
They're at high school.
So they don't need anything from us. That's gonna be.
Yeah.
Okay. They have it separately.
Last year they filed because they were gonna do it in the park, and this year they're gonna do it at the festival.
Weather.
Good.
We have trolleys again, so that's good. We have new people taking out for the car show, but it's pretty exciting. They're trying to do a bunch of stuff for kids out there.
It's gonna be in the same spot.
It's gonna be in the same spot. It's gonna be basically the same setup. It's just they're trying to encourage more kids to come down there. They're gonna have a Kids' Choice Awards. Kids come down, they vote for their favorite car.
Yeah.
And then they're spinning a wheel and they got a bunch of prizes for kids and all kinds of stuff.
That's good.
I
So
was
it's a little bit different change up there.
Yeah, we've got a couple things that Right.
Evolution, they call that.
we have a couple things that aren't quite solidified yet, so
Okay.
Still in the works.
still in the works. But everything's going really well.
Frank, you have any concerns about anything?
Oh, I have all sorts of concerns.
Anything from last year that you remember that?
Burnout Festival.
We are not doing a burnout.
Thank God. Nobody said that. In my mind, as you were saying, I'm thinking that road's gonna be.
Don't get me wrong,
They don't,
I love it. I just don't like the logistics of it,
Or the road.
the damage to the road.
right, I know, I
Some
see it every day
safety
when I drop the
concerns.
kids off to school. Yeah,
Uh,
no, they don't have.
It
any-
drives me nuts every time I drive down there.
Brand new road.
The money this year for the car show is going to the kids closet.
That's nice. Keep it local. That's a good idea. I never thought of that. Keep it in our limits. Wonderful.
The Dan Gumps has friends that are bringing historical vehicles in for the parade. And they have asked if they can shoot off a blank howitzer to start.
Remember the football
That's a big
deal?
old gun.
Oh,
Like,
Oh, it's got a name. It's not a cannon. It's got a name.
what's it called again?
Oh, yeah.
right.
You're a gun guy, you never heard of it.
Like
40 old gun.
50s and Remington shotguns, anything, nothing more. Okay, so, who else has questions? Anybody have any questions? Eric, you've been a part of this?
I mean, not for the last couple of weeks, because I got me, well, probably a couple of months, really, month and a half.
Checked out.
Right? So we gotta check that.
Haven't been able to.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's.
So I'm sure there's been some changes from last year because there's change in the guard, which we had I think we had a private meeting, kind of talk about that stuff, not a big, length one, but. So there's obviously been some changes internally for you guys. I think there's probably gonna see even more stuff this year that's different, maybe less of something and more of something else. Which is always good, because get stale is not always the
Yeah,
greatest thing for
Probably like
this.
1,000 things that I'm not remembering at the moment. You put me on the spot, like.
We have 20 new vendors.
Just want to do that.
But you eliminated some of the other ones? or-
Yeah.
We lost a few big, like they sold their business or they stopped, so.
But it's full, like,
We're wrapping it around the library.
Hopefully the vendors that did come last year, that came back, realized how busy it will be and
They had been-
product.
yeah, that was like the big thing. They're like, we didn't have any idea. We ran out of food, we ran out of ice, like, we didn't have enough staff, we weren't prepared, I sold out of inventory, so. And they've been telling everybody, I mean, like, I'm in these like vendor pages and they're like, this
So-
is like one of the best festivals that I've
Friday-
financially.
Friday at noon it starts,
Yes, we're gonna do Family Friday again.
and everybody's gonna know about it. It's gonna be in the green paper. Sure, it wasn't here before.
It's true, a little trouble with that one.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it's gonna be in, the town needs to put it on their website. Or Facebook page or whatever, website, Facebook page, like we need it all, we'll do that. So everybody's aware, we need to blast it so we can get people out there as early as possible.
them fire that cannon.
Is that for a parade or?
That's for Sunday.
Every morning, he's got 2 shells.
Every morning, yeah.
Every morning, yeah.
Open it up. So hopefully we have our signboard in by then to get announcements out for.
Yeah, that's gonna be on my list, it's on my list here, so that's great.
We have a PA system this year,
Yeah.
so we'll be able to actually,
Oh, yeah, mobile to take.
we have our own, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what, for like,
So-
the
Parade announcement and just announcements during the festival.
the
5
tractor
o'clock
pull,
start on Friday still.
Yes, opening ceremony.
4:30 on sculpture unveiling.
Yeah.
5 p.m. ceremony.
4:30 is
Yeah.
the sculpture.
Unveil.
Mhm.
5:30 at regular.
Okay. So like basically the same.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Music, that was the big thing last year. How's that coming? Is that
They're booked out.
Saturday during the day? Any music at all yet or?
We have the American 250 has something in the afternoon. And I think, what else did they book earlier in the day?
high school kids.
They were looking to try and get the garage band earlier in the afternoon.
Because I remember last year, that's one of the things I brought, I was like, oh, there's all this action down here now. And there's no music later in the day. That was kind
Yeah,
of
that was
different.
like something they were looking for, is they're trying.
Yeah, or even like the worst case scenario, somebody plays like their iTunes or anything, you know what I mean? Like
Music in general.
something in general.
Yeah.
Be awesome to have an act up there, whether it's kids, whoever.
Yeah, I
But
think it's a budget thing. I mean, we're trying to.
yeah, or if somebody's just playing
Mhm.
something where there's music playing, people sit down and feel like it's.
No dead space. We need to have.
Exactly, right? You want to have something kind of going. And whether it's, be nice to have sort of some, maybe a little country mixed in there too. It's
Yeah,
There's a
country
country
band.
band this year.
just, not old.
There's a country,
70s
there
rock.
is,
Don't get me wrong, I like that.
there's a country band this year. So,
We're okay with that. We finally pushed hard enough to get that. Okay.
Sunday, we're having,
Sunday during the day, we're actually having a kids DJ. So the question was like, how do we get people in the park earlier in the day? Like, they're like, everybody's waiting for the parade. So we're like, we're gonna have a kids DJ. He does the elementary school and he's does the Special Olympics. And his dad helps him like run his DJ business. And so he plays kid friendly music and they'll be up on the stage and kids can, like we can blow
Around.
bubbles and like whatever, just something family friendly. While everybody recovers from Saturday night before they hit it on,
Yeah.
A little more food in them.
It's fun for sure.
Did you guys figure out your communication logistics, like the radios and stuff?
We're getting radios.
And I'm gonna throw a real wrench in this. Maybe you guys already talked about this, but I don't know why I just thought of this, but has anybody, and I think maybe I talked to someone about this. I don't know who it was, but has anybody thought, well, two things. First thing, has anybody ever thought about moving the parade to Saturday?
About doing what?
moving the parade to Saturday.
Probably in that sense.
So the reason why is I say that is because the festival, basically when the parade ends, the festival ends, where it's like 4 o'clock, kind of an odd point on area. So whereas the parade's on, there's two issues. The parade pulls more people in.
That's
One
one
way
way
of
my
looking at it.
argument was,
Yeah.
would anybody show up Sunday then?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But then if you do it on Saturday, maybe you get more people to stay and you can have some sort of band on Sunday night. It actually extends it. People stay for the band where the parade just doesn't wear everybody out and we go home. So
That's probably a September question.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, I mean, that's something that we can discuss.
Well, I just wonder if I ever brought that up. Obviously, you're not gonna change it this year. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I have talked about it themselves because
Scarecrow.
all the festivals
Saturday morning.
Saturday, Francisville is Saturday. Scarecrow is Saturday. Every parade is on Saturday.
So maybe it was Chad and I had the conversation because I know somebody and I.
Yeah.
So again, I don't think it's anything we're looking to. I'm not, yeah, obviously it's not this year.
Yeah.
You know the word, it's all, not everything. right?
Yeah, but yeah, while we have everybody here and we're doing this, we might as well. And I've already lost the second thing, so yeah.
We are having mid tours again. I don't know.
Was it really me?
Mid tours again.
I'll find out about that on like Thursday, Friday.
They would like to do the videos again downtown like they have in the past where they come down and watch it. And actually we're in the talks with the school and the school has said, yes, they will provide a bus. So then those people don't have to like drive all the way out to the farm. Like they just watch the video uptown. They're going to get on a school bus, drive out to the farm, do the one tour, and then that's it for the day. So it just makes it another way to make it more convenient for people.
Cool. All right, Alex, what questions do you have? Any?
I think so.
Nothing through this? Josh, any questions? Anybody got comments? Can't be the only one with thoughts there.
Yeah, as long as they advertise the Friday deal, so we don't have that happen again. How many vendors you have to this year?
Between food and craft.
Your limit somewhere on there.
Okay, so like 89.
How many do we have on Main Street, Donna? Do you remember? Vendors, when we used to keep them out here, about 30 or 40 probably?
Well, I think we have more than that, but
Was it?
everybody seemed to like it. I'm Keller. Did I hear something about us gonna wrap around by the library?
Yes, it did last year. We just, some of our vendors were broke down.
Oh,
But this year it's solid. Wrapped around.
What's Papa's Farm wants to be straight, not
Correct.
wants to be straight. So
he is straight this year.
he's not cornered there.
I like that.
Just remember it. I didn't say it was good or bad, I just remembered it.
He will be this year because we're gonna try to make that a trolley stop and some other things. So
Very good. Josh, what kind of questions? You got anything else that you saw on here that sticks out? You're the Mid Festival guy. Supposed to be.
Yeah, fireworks, we have a shorter show.
Supposed to, it's all, I scanned and emailed the
Yeah.
grant back to them, so we're good there.
20 minutes,
Fine.
right?
Supposed to be, he swore it was 20 minutes last year.
Yeah, move faster. Well, that is.
I think so.
You could only sit there and argue for so long, I guess.
No, I mean, that was the
think
only
it's a
way you could make it
matter of-
faster, right?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of ability to do it.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Hurry
I didn't mean I'm
Yeah.
trying to make it move faster. I'm saying that's
No,
how it
yes,
goes faster.
right,
You just
yeah.
have to move faster, right?
Yeah.
The kids craft corner did have a question. That was the other thing. One, did you guys say yes, they can shoot off some howitzer?
I don't know if we need a vote, but I'm down.
Yeah.
Dan asked me if I would make sure it was okay with you.
You can shoot it off once a day.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, you go back with a counter question. You can do it. one time.
Yeah. I know, unless you do it 3 times.
And my dad has something that can make loud booms. Maybe I'll just have dad bring
Well,
it
now,
down.
wait a second, now, hold on.
What was the reason again? What was the reason that we were gonna shoot it off? Or we're gonna shoot it?
Because we're doing the America 250.
I know what time though.
Start the parade.
Yeah, start.
The America 250 committee, those are our grand marshals and he's bringing in like historical.
should be like a festival.
It's off in at noon.
Kick
I
off
think-
them at noon.
I think if there's
Saturday.
awareness of it and there's
Yeah.
no motion against
You
it,
wanna make it
I
like
think you're
church,
fine. Yeah.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kids, craft corner had also asked, they had the idea to do a rock snake. So like the kids paint rocks and then they just keep adding to it and make this long snake. And then they were like, well, could we move it to town park when it's all done? I don't know if you've seen these on Pinterest or anything else. Like even I said, well, even on the trail, there's some areas I thought it would look cool. And so you just have like, and
Yeah.
people just could paint a rock
Yeah.
and like add it to the snake. And like some of these towns do it and they're really cute.
Yeah, it's almost like how it's a sculpture in itself,
Yes.
essentially.
And it grows.
How do they,
Sounds
how do
great.
they stay? How big are these rocks and how do they stay?
They're like,
They're in my garage. About to stay.
Cody's wife might have had something, or girlfriend might have had something.
But you can put smaller ones that fill in between the different colors and
Yeah.
whatever
But I would go one, and I'm not kidding about this either. I would go one step further with the howitzer and have them do, no, hear me out. No, I'm dead serious. Advertise when they're fired multiple times, but advertise when they're gonna do it so that people who actually want to, I mean, I would go down there and watch them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Every
Every day,
day. 3 shots,
uh,
one each day.
Yeah, you could do the kickoff, you could do noon on Saturday and.
Yeah,
before
but
the
I mean,
parade.
advertise, say, hey, we're gonna do
Yeah.
this and if you wanna see it.
I
pretty
think that
neat.
they would probably be open to that. I think we could probably sweeten the deal if we, originally they had asked if we could donate any money towards their fuel costs to bringing all of this heavy equipment. Because they're bringing stuff for the parade, like military equipment.
Tank.
I don't know, I mean, I
Bruce out the
think
burner.
it's tank, but they're bringing some cool stuff. So I think some of the guys that come out here from Hoosier Rally, like, so. He was like, well, was there any money that we could donate, like for fuel? I'm like,
As long as we're not blasting off under any water main, I think we're fine.
Now they want to, now we have to pay for it? I mean, what are we talking about?
I'm saying, you want me to go back with the counter? This is how this works.
Prepare for some fuel costs.
I thought this is what these guys love to do, just find places to let them go boom.
I guess see what it is. It's not, the thought of doing it, give me, yeah, go ahead kind of thing. Like it's safety wise, I'm planning.
He's throwing it out there, you know?
But see what they're, see what toss it back. May be our first meeting in May, we can revisit.
So you wanna you want a motion on this permit or you want,
Yeah, we, unless there's something on here you don't see that.
there's nothing on here.
Looks good to me.
Make a motion, we approve the special event permit for the Mid Festival and waive the fee.
I second it.
All in favor?
Thank you. I'm gonna go home, we have I-learned.
All right, very good.
After the meeting, could we get a picture of the council for the green paper, please?
Emma.
I was gonna say we could use the one from last year. It's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex is in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it next.
The same with the only one you're gonna have different is adding a new officer and
I have that, I'll send to you.
and our utility crew, I'll send you an updated one. Other than that, it's all the same.
Please use last year's.
Okay, that's fine, we can do that, Frank, if they wanted, if you wanted to do the group of the police department.
I don't like camera.
Okay, I figured I'd get together, and Eric,
We did take pictures when we had all our new uniforms on. Nathan has those.
okay.
I'll make sure he gets them to you.
Okay, you can email them to me or it works best.
Andrew,
yeah.
you're-
I need them before May 1st, if I can.
Okay, so quickly, I've just got a few things that I've got, country adjustment for your consideration. I've got 616 Laurel, in the account, remove a credit. She currently has 150, so the account could be closed and a refund check issued. And then 2390 Brooks Bluff, there's an adjustment requested to remove a credit of 314.55 and a refund check can be issued. Put that to you.
Make a motion, we approve the customer adjustment request.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you. Let me see if we can do it. Okay. We've got. I've got a kids closet rummage sale. Looks like we've got 2 weekends here as they've done previously. April 30th, running into May 1st and 2nd, and then May 7th through the 9th, kids closet at the Methodist Church there with very little town involvement.
Make a motion, we approve the kids closet rummage sale special event permit.
Second.
All in favor? Same for this next one you're about to tell us
I've
about?
got Heart of the Kingdom, Mission Day. Looks like May 9th. The English Shade Lake Church, second choice would be May 16th. So, rummage sale and booth selling various food and items at Norwayne
Well,
Field.
May 9th's not gonna work because looks like Kids Closet has 7 through the 9th on here.
That's
They're at the church though.
That's Fellowship.
Yeah, just wanna make sure.
Yep, I know, there is a copy there, there's a backup date. They'll clean it up, it is a public event, 10 AM, electric, 9 to 5 event. Booth, various foods and other items to raise money for a mission trip.
Make a motion, we approve the special event permit for Heartland of the Kingdom Mission Day and waive the fees.
Second.
All in favor?
Next is, we've been doing some research on absentee property owners, we'll call them. And I included that, in your packet as, just, some of the things we've been exploring online with other communities in the state and how they've dealt with it. There are blight elimination, there are other, resources and, avenues we could go down to remedy some of these situations. Let me see here on the list. I got just one or two other items and then.
So, yeah, not to get off too fast on this, but.
Yeah.
Joe and I had a conversation about this morning, so before I came here today. I was riding around North Judson, looking at properties that we could potentially. Put on some list like this to see what kind of,
You wanna bring it up on the, go ahead, right now, looking at properties.
that's what this is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So,
I just saw it, so I mentioned it.
yeah, but I was gonna bring it up, so it just segued it
Yep.
on my list.
Sure.
So I did this part of town and I come up with about 4 different places that either need work and or look like they're unoccupied.
Blighted
Basically.
properties, yeah.
And then we rode around yesterday and looked at houses. And there's obviously 2 or 3 on High Street, one we're already working on. Another one that's like 3 doors down on the other side of the road, and then one that's back north, so. Frank, you're aware probably of all 3 of those.
And I know Joe
Mentioned
mentioned
Frank,
the
Polik's old place,
the burned out house.
yeah, that's Becky's place.
Becky's, yeah.
Becky's
And then-
place, Polik's, and then. The one you've been working on, we've been working on the
Yeah. Wit. Furnace.
and then.
The
there's
one
the
further-
burn.
left there too, right next to the alley.
Yes.
That's
So
cool.
that's being worked on right now.
Okay,
I don't know the details, but they've literally had the big, what's the largest, waste container. They've had it there. People have been working on that.
5-yard dumpster or whatever, a 10-yard or.
Huge and biggest one I've ever seen, like a back of a semi size.
53.
What is that, Josh, a 24 yard or something? So anyway, somebody's been working on it. I haven't caught them there. But I've seen the thing come and go. I asked the neighbors, like, where's it? What am I missing? Anyway, so something
yeah,
being done.
because it still looks brutal.
Yeah, I think they've been doing whatever on the inside right now. So at the end of the day, yeah. The good news is there's something being done as opposed to these other ones.
Keller,
Hancock, the burnout house. Here's the one that's sneaky because it's out of sight, out of mind, is Simmons Street.
oh, I was gonna say Laurel, but
That's, yeah, absolutely.
not Laurel. Well, right?
Hancock on the old trailer, that guy just
Yeah,
passed
well,
away.
that's the other one, yeah.
And then East Vine over here. What's her name's old house? Is anybody living there? Is she still there, Tina?
Oh, no, Tina Hiddle's still there, yes.
Is she
But then we have across from her, or not across, but this
through the way there?
is,
What's that, Railroad Street, Railroad? On the corner?
Ohio, that little curve is Ohio.
I catch them in town periodically and actually stop them at the gas stations because they don't stay there and they've been neglecting the house forever.
You from on Railroad Street?
The one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Cheryl Hodges.
Like boarded up for most of it, back door wide open though. And getting the porch in the back, basically.
Cheryl Hodges' house is 109 East Vine, as that's the actual address. It's weird because the maps are not right on that. Ohio Street wraps around right there.
They come in the back door by the entrance of the back, correct? Is that what you're talking about? I have 615 railroad.
Isn't that, 615 is, Hill?
That's one. Story, I think, isn't it?
Hill?
Yeah, I got it confused.
You just had 109 Vine. Like you guys, I think you're just talking past each other. Yeah.
You gotta cross fine.
Yeah.
Either way, Vine, there's one Vine, there's one out there.
Yeah,
Remember who lives
point
there?
taken, yes.
Over there's two houses.
There's definitely a handful. Joe asked me to take some photos and email them all to you guys, to, kind of decide.
What's that? And that's kind of what I was doing. I was kind of going,
Yeah.
there's a few of them on Lane here.
That,
Main.
there's definitely a handful, and we know, based on the numbers and what Justin said, kind of one at a time. We know these things take forever anyway, so. To me, I want to pick the biggest eyesore that people drive by the most, and one of those that stands out is the Hancock.
Yes.
Burned out house.
Sure, absolutely.
Just because it's in a thoroughfare, it's Hancock has no stop signs, so.
Well, then and all the houses around it are livable.
Right, yeah. So to me, I think without digging into this and doing a checklist and seeing, that's the one that stands out to me the most.
Yeah.
Where's that on Hancock?
So just north of, just north of.
Next to where Arntz used to live.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I think that the more we are aware of this stuff, though, the more we're seeing it, the more we're talking about it, like we have with the last one. This will start being an easier process. It has to be. It can't just be, like
We saw what happened with the
We're-
awning.
yeah,
There
we're
was a
not-
bit of emergency there.
Now-
and it was escalated.
every situation's gonna be different, right? Because some of them, there's no next of kin, from what I understand,
Right.
The trailer,
Yes.
like so like that may be a longer process than someone, there's no one
If a
here.
bank owns it versus if
Exactly.
an individual.
There may be all gonna be different, but hopefully there's a process in there we can find that works best.
Yeah.
Estock uses Estock about that. What is your feedback on that? The blight.
Blight elimination grant, yeah, you get one about every 2 years, I think, or something, but they did, you use it.
Yeah.
But you have
So
to
that's
spec out.
So it's in that from Okra there in Main Street. That's more of a Main Street coalition kind of thing where we've been trying to wrestle at Main Street to an interested property owner downtown who wants to take it over and be more active with it. And so they are the ones who are able to apply for the downtown stuff. They can apply for, up to, it used to be up to 50,000. I think it's more now.
There are some small towns that are not allowing to have businesses like this. Or businesses like
Those are the things we're trying to find where. we
Like
put
the old
team
liquor
in.
store.
Absolutely.
That's not acceptable.
Yeah.
You have a building that's vacant for no reason. You own it, you're not doing anything with it. Like, there's gotta be something we can put some teeth into that where you pressure in some way if it's legal, so that maybe somebody that wants to move in there and have a business can purchase it or lease it at least, That's a problem, real problem here. Because now, even if we've come full circle where we couldn't get any businesses, now there are businesses that want to come in this road.
And we can't find a building.
We can't have a build, there's no building. It's like,
And the pricing of the property too is.
yeah,
a whole
well,
other
yeah,
discussion.
that definitely is a whole discussion. Okay.
All right, I'm going to transition back to the end of my little stuff here. I've got PO 2987. That's the Stark County Economic Development gold sponsorship for the 2026 Stark Tank. I've got PO 2988 to WTH Technologies. This is our annual license for our GIS service in here. That's PO 2988. And finally, PO 2989, that's a first choice insurance on our work comp audit of last year's workers' compensation. I can't remember the acronym right now, but fees associated with our work comp policy for the town. PO 2989, the amount of $22,104.
Make a motion, pay PO 2987, 2988, 2989.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Very good.
Mhm.
As far as all these other departments, well, go ahead. I'll just present the POs.
Electronic message board, what do you have on that? Trying to do,
I don't have it. I know they got the stub in, and I know Joe's got quotes on I don't know if we've approved anything yet, but I think he's got quotes ready for the work we wanted to do, tuck pointing and concrete work at Norway. And at the same time, do the cobblestone base like we have on the rest of the stuff there.
Yep.
I'll let him present that, but I know it's a work in progress.
Okay.
Thank you. Yep.
No school board, no, we do that.
We do.
The inspectors here tonight, Mr. Tony, sitting patiently back there.
The house on Franklin Street, the spec home, it's completed, it's on the market.
Nice.
Then the one on Simmons, I did an inspection on it this weekend. He's ready for insulation and drywall, and that the outside's complete. So other than that, I did a couple electrical permits. That's about it.
Question. The Simmons home, those are Habitat for Humanity homes, right?
I don't know.
Oh, so they're the ones that are listed as owning the properties. Has that all changed?
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, this guy is out of Hebron, and there were 3 lots there. He bought all 3, split the one in half to make, 2 bigger lots.
So is his intention then to clear the other spot and?
Yeah, so it's itself no different than this one. They were both the same time, same way. They're gonna sell it and then build on it.
Yeah, that makes
Right
sense.
next to it.
Has he expressed concern to you about the blighted house next door?
Well, of course, I mean, it's not, he doesn't say it over and over, and he kind of knew it when he went into it.
Yeah.
But he did say that there was one weekend, I think it was maybe when it started getting nice this year, someone was there cleaning brush up and stuff like that. But that's about it. So
Okay. I was just curious. Have anybody been down that way in a while?
So
No,
we-
how many bullets is-
We still haven't even been able to contact.
Turn
him,
before
right?
June.
We can't find.
We have sent out,
his address is.
we have sent out, it's like 615,
LLC now or something, you know.
615 Simmons Street Land Trust is what it was in.
You haven't been by there now?
We've gotten letters back. We've sent certified, all kinds of stuff
I
previously.
mean, the house is falling down. It's literally.
Oh, you're talking about the one over there.
It's at the
On the
corner
curve.
of North and
Yeah,
Simmons.
yeah, yeah.
It's falling down.
Yeah.
And it's not even.
Used to have a rebel flag in the window.
I know.
No, it's past that.
Yeah,
That's still there.
that
Yes.
one's still there.
That's the,
Past that.
past that, to the north.
You take the curve.
To the north of that are the 3 lots he mentioned.
Yep.
That turned into 2. One is still wooded, one is cleared, which is where that house is, and then literally 100 feet is that house.
Right.
It's literally like a wall has fallen down.
And that's the perfect infill housing. I like, this is music to our ears, infill housing.
Yeah, but that's how those are,
Beautiful.
just previously talked, conversation, how we can get rid of those. That's how.
But what I'm saying is infill is clear that, make room for somebody else to build something. There are people that wanting
Right.
to build, like, yeah, let's try to
It's
put as
not
much.
too bad of an area, and there's.
It's a nice lot.
Just came up for sale.
Absolutely.
That's on the other side of the guy with the flag.
Yeah, and you're right there with the trail. That may be a sidewalk area. We want to put a sidewalk down that road sometime soon. You know what I mean? Like you get more housing in there and it becomes a more beautified area.
Remember where Thomas DeCola was wanting to do some,
Absolutely.
Yep.
that's the road, that's this area.
Yeah, but what he owned, and he owned it back on the other side too. He
Yeah,
owned that alley vacated.
which we did, but he wanted road changes and all these different dynamics
He
changed.
wanted us to put the subdivision.
But we didn't have we didn't have the survey of the land. There was a dispute with what Hoosier Valley owned, all that. So here we are.
Anything else for us tonight, Tony? Thank you.
Appreciate it. Go ahead.
What's Lucan and 10 right there at the corner? Are they gonna keep building there or?
Oh, yeah, they have paused that.
Well, his permit expires next month, right? Because it's been a year.
Yeah.
So he's gonna
So we
reapply for
pulled his
his permit.
permit, it expires, I think, May 28th.
Yeah.
So I'll probably have to give him a call. He's gonna have to renew.
What it was, is it's a single home or is it duplex? Tony, do you remember? That's what I thought.
You wanted 3 in
There's
there?
2 of them, right? 2 duplexes.
There's gonna be 3, we're gonna call together.
Yeah.
The initial plan that I see.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Definitely use it to fill it fast.
Called it Eric. I kind of forgot about that.
Okay,
Yeah, no kidding.
moving on to code report. Anything with that tonight?
I'm trying to be brief. Did I tell you guys about the system I come up with, the spreadsheet?
Shareable.
Shareable, yeah, money, yep. So that's been super nice, although I'm the only one. And it's been very effective for me. help keep track of, and we've seen a lot of progress. Give you a couple, at least one really visible example, behind the point, what's his name?
Yeah, absolutely.
David Florey's house, got rid of the camper, we got rid of, you drive by there, it doesn't, it's not, you know, a manicured yard, but compared to what it was, the rubbish is gone, all the things are gone. That's all been cleaned up. So we've had a lot of action on those, by continuing to repeat visit, and things like that. There's a couple places where we're getting into things like literally had this notification in my hand, I'm knocking on the door and they open the door, and you know, people who live there, both of them were in a motorcycle wreck, the other one's in a motorcycle wreck in Knox. And the one guy's got a broken hip and he's in a wheelchair now. And now all of a sudden, like, Frank at my front door wanting me to clean my yard up. And which I do, and sorry, but you know, get one of those pickup sticks. I don't know. But I mean, it's a battle that I really have, because there's like 15 tires in the yard, and it's been a battle for years. And I'll go there and they'll take care of some stuff, and then it builds back up again. But this time is one of those times. And then I get these other ones where it's people that are basically unable to fix their places up and clean them up. And we know it's not hard to be clean, but when they're this big of a mess, and then the people come to tell you to clean it up, and you've got no means to do it because you got one leg and one eye or whatever the case is. So we've got a couple of those that are difficult. Overall, we've got some improvement, big time. Hopefully you guys are seeing
A
it.
group,
Yeah.
you know, a group, like a committee of well-meaning volunteers that could go do.
Yeah, maybe I'll talk to Scott Babcock. He needs some stuff to do.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a couple of those. There's another one walking around town today. I think that Donna could probably help them out too. That. It will, it's obviously taken like 5-10 years to kind of build all this up and own it, and nobody wanted to do it before, but we did it, but we didn't do it.
Give it
At
a few
least
weeks and
now you're
6
seeing
months
like
go
2
by.
years
Yeah.
worth of your labor and your.
Got the scaffolding off Palmer.
Yeah.
Scaffolding across
Yeah.
from Mr. Davis.
Yeah.
I mean,
I see them out there, they picking up something in the yard.
yeah,
Whoa,
yeah.
what's
Now,
going on here?
with this, there can come letters, nasty grams. So when you get those, just realize that Frank had to be firm, and here come the complaints. The police officer was mean to me.
He spoke plainly.
Yes.
Yes, he spoke code, so.
What's someone gonna say? Frank was mean to me, told me I'd follow the rules, clean my yard up.
If that's as nice as it gets, then
I mean, what do
fantastic.
you say? Okay, I mean.
Andrew got this business, some of that today with resident that come in here. You got to hear some of that conversation.
Right.
And did you want to pull your hair out when you were done?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But your tone was very
Needed.
courteous, but it was backed up with reasonableness. Like, it's all reasonable. These aren't out there policies that we're trying, one of 50,000 communities in America, we're the only one doing it a different way. No, it's like every community in America would want to do, is to beautify and to help keep our town looking nice.
That's the
And
continued goal. It
Yeah.
has been for years, years, years.
I applaud Frank.
Now it's just
Patient.
to a point where you can actually see the teeth are sinking in, and it's actually.
Yeah.
Because then it starts to, it's like
Snowball.
a snowball. What it's gonna do, it's no different than new businesses. They see a new one that goes in, then another one says, oh, I'm gonna be in.
Yeah.
Then before you know it,
That's
you
a
got
good
4 or 5.
location.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
How it works. All right, anything else with that?
No, that's
We're good? Okay, thank you. Unsafe, I think we covered enough of that.
Yes, we have.
BZA Planning Commission, we don't have anything with that, do
Look
we?
at that. Nope.
Redevelopment, we had our meeting earlier,
We did.
nothing real earth shattering. Park Joe's not here. Hughes isn't here, so. Police, anything with that?
just briefly, we did get our annual training in. We all went down there. You guys approved, I think, some of the monies for that. We went down and got our training. That was good training. Everything went well. So basically 95% done with all required training for the year, which is nice because it's April. So that was very effective and good. So one caveat, I won't beat it to death, but so I was just notified today. Officer Quayle will be visiting us before too long. So not a 2-week notice, probably more like a month-ish notice. He'll be moving on to, probably Hebron or Demont. So just as we get back to where we need, another bunch of it back. So just letting you know in advance, because I got the notification today, come in, we had a meeting and he laid it out, which I mean, I knew eventually was coming at some point. But so now it's gonna be a little more official.
Back to the drawing
Something to
board.
look
Back.
forward to,
Okay,
just in time for mental.
that's perfect timing. Good. There was something, oh, it was very nice to see the schedule in the inbox.
Yeah, I saw the new one. Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's something we've wanted for about 10 years too, that was gonna be kind of official. It was nice to see that again.
Oh, did I email you guys all a copy?
You did.
Okay. That was my intention was doing some of those things. Some things are just little bites at a time.
And you, me and Joe can, it's nice we communicate with everybody. They can't communicate on one email, but we can send stuff to them.
Yeah, so it was nice to see that come in the inbox. Okay, thanks, Frank.
Yep.
Eric, you're up tonight.
All right, so our new engine 16.1 that we got from Couts been in service here for about 3 weeks. The last work call we got, which was our old engine 16.1 that we moved to a rescue situation, or to rescue now, can fill the duties of engine or rescue. It's in service now. We got everything moved off the old rescue that we're just about ready to go through the sealed bid process to sell. Today we escorted the robotics team out of town. Just some things we're doing. We had the smoke alarm blitz this last weekend. You probably saw it posted on Facebook. We installed 150 alarms in 52 different homes. A total of 111 people in those homes. We also gave away multiple other detectors to the homeowners that weren't comfortable with us coming in their house and installing them. We had 10 different teams out and about. Fire department guys got there about 7:45 in the morning, get things set up, get things going. Didn't leave till like 2 p.m. There was a group of us that, dedicated that section of the day along with Red Cross. We paired with a fire safety class that's going on in the area. So each group had about 3 people in it, 3 or 4 people, and there was a couple floaters going around.
And they came to mind with 3 of them.
And
2 of them I didn't know, but one was Louis Ransom.
yeah, each group had a firefighter, a Red Cross, and somebody in the class. That's kind of how the groups are set up. We didn't cover every house in town like we wanted to, because it was really amazing the amount of people that didn't have working smoke detectors in their home. That was a big eye opener, for me at least. Kind of everybody had the same input. They just never expected that many people to not have working smoke detectors. We did post on our Facebook page that if we didn't get to you or you want smoke detectors, you can use the QR code or call the Red Cross, and that, take that route and it'll get taken care of. We're planning on doing this again in the future, to help cover more homes, but it went really well. So it was a pretty good event. Currently still have 4 openings. We're having a hard time recruiting new people. We spent a couple lunch times at the high school to try to get some younger guys involved that, hey, you're graduating, how about this? And we really had almost 0 interest. We walked the lunchroom and talked to people, and it was a little bit frustrating, but so if you know anybody that'd be interested in joining us, we're definitely looking. So that's about all I have.
Any questions for Eric? No, thank you, Eric. Utilities, Andrew, we got anything here? We got
Yes.
some
I
POs.
do. Utilities, I'm gonna put it all together here, so we can wrap this up. I've got PO 2984 to Alexander Chemical in the amount of $510.00. I've got PO 2985 to Utility Supply, water valves fittings and other water fittings in the amount of $2,171.70. And I finally got PO 2986 to Hill Excavating, and this is a 308 Main Street meter repair that was completed. It looks like 4/1, 3/19 actually that was done. So just those 3 POs for Joe.
Make motion, we pay PO 2984, 2985, and 2986.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anything else from utilities or town manager?
No, he sent out his, update email. You can take a look at that. That was, and reach out if you got any questions.
Okay, thank you. Legal update, anything for Justin, Frank?
Now at the moment, we'll just be pushing this more unsafe stuff, try to get some of these properties, hierarchy of most, couple that we can keep processing. Spread them out because he gets a monthly allotment. So we're gonna spread these out. We don't want another $800 bill.
Maybe actually we need to change that up a little bit so we can just go on.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Additional business to be necessary by the council, Alex, Eric,
No.
Linda.
I noticed that a couple of people have asked me about Christmas lights still on the trees. Out of Norwayfield. The big,
Well, yeah, we've been,
didn't you contract that out?
You don't want the ones that in town. Andrew, you know about that? Paul Joe. one.
yeah, that'd be a good one. And I think it's the people who did the decorating of the smaller trees. It should mainly be, but otherwise give Joel a call.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
two. Okay, yeah.
Just give Joe a call.
Yep.
Okay, Josh, I don't have anything either. Payment of claims. April 7th through April 20th, amount of $184,060.96.
Make motion pay those ATVs.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Make motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Good picture.
He's good.